Thank you. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Beth Nolan, and I am President of the Board of Education. I am here representing the Board of Education, along with Regan, regarding the current negotiations with Decatur Federation of Teaching Assistants. We can no longer stand by and let the DFTA union leadership lie to and manipulate their members. We're here to separate fact from fiction. You may only see 2 of us here as board members today, but if all 7 could be here, we would. The Open Meetings Act prevents us from doing that. Everything you will hear today has the full support and solid commitment of the entire board. We, the Board of Education and Administration, have remained quiet to respect the process of negotiations. Paula Busboom has misled her members and twisted the truth about our insurance options, wage offers, willingness to negotiate in good faith, and misinformation on data relevant to her members. We believe if the union members had been given accurate information from DFTA leadership, there never would have been a vote to strike. First, we want to make sure everyone knows the specifics about how many DFTA members we're talking about. The district employs 275 teaching assistants. 119 of those teaching assistants have earned a bachelor's degree. The rest have some or no college credit. Our teaching assistants work an average of 6 hours per day for 9 months out of the year. Those working more than 5 hours per day qualify for health insurance benefits. Those health insurance benefits have been the biggest sticking point in negotiations. Board member Regan Lewis has been on the negotiating team representing the unanimous decisions of the board. Regan?
Thank you, President Nolan. Good morning. DFTA has spread false information about our health insurance plans. They're doing a lot of voodoo math here. We want to make sure union members have all the facts so they can make their own decisions about what's on the table. The truth is that 70% of DFTA members come out ahead with a move to our insurance proposal. That's nearly 200 out of the 275 teaching assistants who would do better financially with our plan. And we feel confident that those 200 union members were not given this information about the health insurance options that we're offering. We want to be clear. The insurance offer we've made is the exact same plan and same cost that teachers, maintenance, Teamsters, custodians, security, admin support, ancillary employees, and administration all receive. That plan was unanimously approved in July by the Insurance Negotiations Committee, which included DFTA member Chuck Weigel. Chuck is also a member of DFTA's negotiating team. So the fact is that Ms. Busboom and DFTA leadership have known the specific of our health insurance plan since July. Their claims that they just saw this plan last week are absolutely false. The district's last proposal provides that the district pays 81% of the family plan premium in the first year and transitions to 74% of the family premium in the final year of the contract. This includes 12 months of insurance benefits for teaching assistants who work 5 hours a day, 9 months out of the year. Currently, all Central Illinois districts like ours pay a much smaller portion of the family insurance premiums, closer to 30%. Ms. Busboom claims at the end of the contract, teaching assistants will have to pay $900 per month for family health coverage. This comment distorts the truth. They pay for insurance 9 months of the year and are provided 3 months of free coverage. Ms. Busboom and the DFTA negotiations team also continue to make false claims about the wage increases we've offered DFTA members. The fact is, we've made 3 offers increasing wages by 16% over 4 years. They have rejected all of our offers. You can see our last wage offer on the screen here. and a comparison to other educational support personnel in the district. What you see on the screen is our wage increase offer through 2023. Our wage offer to DFTA is comparable to wage increases we provided to employees in our other bargaining units. DFTA claims the average teaching assistant makes $20,000 per year. The fact is, our teaching assistants earn an average salary of $26,850, with some earning as high as $36,000. As a reminder, these calculations are based on someone who typically works 6 hours per day, 9 months out of the year. Furthermore, DFTA's current beginning wage is higher than all large districts in Central Illinois by $3 to $4 per hour. Ms. Busboom has also lied about our willingness to negotiate in good faith. Since negotiations began in April, we've made 3 offers to DFTA that have been rejected or ignored. Our initial July 8th offer was pending with DFTA when we first went to federal mediation on August 27th. DFTA again refused to respond to wage and insurance offers even after mediation. At our next meeting on September 23rd, we did something you don't normally do in contract negotiations. We made another proposal to the union to try to make forward progress on wages and insurance. In other words, bargaining against ourselves. Yet again, union representatives refused to respond. The union finally countered on October 15th, offering minuscule movement from their position on wages. Our last meeting was on October 23rd, where we once again made an offer for increased wages. Claims by the union that we're unwilling to negotiate are entirely false. In fact, when we asked whether we could schedule a negotiation session for yesterday, the union told us there was no point because there wasn't a board meeting scheduled before they planned to strike. During our last meeting, while we were all still at the bargaining table, Ms. Busboom alerted the media that negotiations had broken down. Let me reiterate. While the board negotiation team was still formulating an updated proposal, Ms. Busboom was contacting media telling them that negotiations had broken down. When it comes to future negotiations, the board continues to be willing to meet when it appears there will be a positive resolution from the meeting. For employees who do not come to work tomorrow, or those who show up and are sent home due to programs that are suspended, your pay and your district-provided health insurance cease. Under federal law, those who are not working have a reduction of work hours, which triggers a COBRA notification. Employees who walk off the job will have the option to COBRA their health insurance benefits and pay 100% of their insurance cost. Beth?
Thank you, Regan. I want to clarify a few other false claims that have been spread by Paula Busboom and DFTA representatives. They claim that the board doesn't care about special education and that we've never visited special ed classrooms. That is an outright lie. And for our board members, it's personal. In fact, my youngest child in preschool has an IEP. She has received services at the same building that housed SEEP. I have been through the IEP process, and I have experienced firsthand the daily reality in some of our special ed classrooms. And special ed programs are personal for our other board members. During her time employed at the district, board member Kendall Briscoe spent a lot of time highlighting the successes of our special ed programs. One of her favorite events was always the yearly life skills basketball games. Just last week, board member Courtney Carson taught in one of our social emotional development classrooms. Board member Beth Creighton annually visits every school building where she meets with the principal and actively engages with student and staff. Board member Dan Oakes has served as a member of the Board of Education for many years, and he's seen firsthand the development and forward progress of our special education programs throughout those years. In fact, Dan's daughter Sarah is the principal at Pershing Early Learning Center. And board member Andrew Taylor continually works with our students in his professional role, supporting community initiatives and highlighting our district's industry connections at events like Manufacturing Day, internship programs, and the iBudget events. 5 board members have children currently enrolled in DPS, where they regularly participate in those school communities. At the last board meeting, during public comment, we were asked by a parent to give her a non-verbal response to her question. It's not easy, but the board does not respond to public comments, verbally or non-verbally. Lack of response is not an answer. Just because we can't respond doesn't mean we aren't moved by the passionate parents who show up and advocate on behalf of their children. We are grateful to these parents who have shared their stories in recent weeks about the magnitude of impact that these adults make every day in the lives of our kids. Paula Busboom claims that the district doesn't have a plan if TAs walk off the job. We have been and continue to be willing to negotiate in good faith. To publicize a plan to suspend programs would undermine those negotiations. The board, administration, and parents hope the teaching assistants do not choose to walk off the job. It would be a hardship for our students and their families. But DFTA has made it very clear on social media that they fully intend to walk off the job. They have made that choice, and while we would welcome DFTA members to continue working, we recognize it's time to begin communicating with parents about the impact of the TA work stoppage. Superintendent Paul Frigo has already shared a video on the district website that details which programs will be suspended if the TA work stoppage happens. All of the details about which programs will be suspended are also posted on the website. Automated calls have already gone out to parents and staff as well, detailing programs that will be impacted. We know that with this accurate information, most of the TAs are going to question what has been told to them and realize that the information they received has not been accurate. DFTA still has the ability to delay the date they walk off the job and insist that their union leadership return to negotiations. Paula Busboom asked her members to vote to authorize a strike based on lies and misinformation. The only vote they should have taken is a vote for new leadership. Thank you.